My name is Keegan Duchek, and I am going to tell you a story about my journey throughout ECS 210. My journey throughout ECS 210 began with my changing view of curriculum and introducing the topic of common sense. What do you think of when I say curriculum? I know that when I first thought of curriculum, I thought of as a set of concepts made by the government on what the students of a certain grade should know by the end of the year. While this is true, I have learned that there are also many ways of looking at curriculum. First, I believe that people that don't know much about curriculum, school, or children are creating the curriculum. I had stated in one of my blog posts that I believe, as a future educator, that my voice matters and that teachers should also challenge the political power that is in control of the creation of the curriculum. We also learned that curriculum can be seen as hegemony, where one group has dominance over another group, which can come from what Kumoshiro defines as common sense. This is because schools keep teaching this way that schools have traditionally been done, which seems like common sense to white Euro-Western people, but excluding people of a different race. This then made me question white supremacy and how the curriculum seems so common sense to white Euro-Western people. Because of this, Euro-Western people are the ones that end up becoming privileged, because they are what society rules as the good student. I wrote about what society believes to be a good student in one of my blog posts, and how the good students are the ones that can live up to society's common sense expectations. Troubling knowledge that occurred to me while on this journey was trying to understand that I fell under the societal description of the good student, and I came to realize that I was privileged over other students while I was in school. Thanks to this class, I have come a long way from starting my journey by learning about privilege, what it means to be privileged, feeling guilty for being privileged, to realizing that I want to give all of my students the equal opportunity to succeed. Another uneasy topic was treaty education. This discomfort was most likely present because I was never taught treaty education during my elementary and high school years. Before this class, I never even realized that there was a treaty curriculum that I had to follow and teach my students. I was so worried about teaching treaty education because I didn't want to say anything that would embarrass myself in front of my students, which then led me to be fearful of creating a lesson plan that I had to teach to the class that was connected to a treaty outcome. I thought to myself, how am I going to be able to teach my classmates a lesson about treaties when I don't know anything about treaties myself? But then I remembered Claire's words of wisdom about being a learner with your students, and don't be ashamed to ask somebody if you are unsure, because she also had made some mistakes at the beginning of her journey. This then made me feel more comfortable with teaching treaty education. From my lesson planning, I learned that treaty education can be incorporated into any subject, but I have to make sure to not make it feel forced. I know that I am still not perfect, but I recognize that I have come a long way concerning my knowledge about curriculum, white privilege, and treaty education from where my knowledge once stood at the beginning of January. I trusted it in Mike and Katya to guide this leap I took into the journey to becoming the more knowledgeable educator that I am striving to become.